And up next, we got Cutelaba versus Dustin Jacoby. Cutelaba coming in with a record of 15-6, 27 years old. They're doing this one at light heavyweight. The man's 6'1", and he has a 75-inch reach. To come back on Jacoby, the man's 33 years old. He's going to have a slight height and reach advantage at 6'3" and a 78-inch reach. I'm not too keen on who's going to win this one, man. It's gonna be a fun fight. That's gonna be for sure. Jacoby's coming off a win over Maxime Grisham, which he was having a lot of adversity in that first round, and he did end up getting the decision, which surprised some people. Before that, he did make his second stint debut in the UFC against Justin Ledet, and before that, he's coming off a unanimous decision over Ty Flores in the Contender Series. So coming into the UFC, hasn't looked like the kickboxer in glory that he, budded to be. Against Ledet, he was eating a little bit of strikes up the middle before he did finally put him away, which is kind of worrisome, man. Justin Ledet's, I don't want to shit on the guy, but he's not very special at all.
Not high on him.
Yeah, not special on him at all, and that the fact that he, did tag him up in the beginning was a little worrisome. It's even more worrisome to me that Grisham, put it on Dustin in the beginning of the first round and whatnot. But that's not something we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing Jacoby, coming back from more recently from his kickboxing background where he was dusting guys. He went into glory as, this MMA fighter, and during his time there, which was the last, 7 years, the man fought the best of the best in stand-up. Right. The best of the best, and beat most of them, and lost to some great ones like Pereira and Simon Marcus. But he beat Carl Roberson over there. He beat Wayne Barrett multiple times. So yeah, the man has good stand-up.
Even Terrence Hodges in boxing. I mean, the guys will just do anything that you want to put him in a fight, and he's there. That's what I like about Jacoby.
Yeah, he's great, man. He even has an early win over Andrew Sanchez, which is aging really well these days because Andrew Sanchez is a beast. So yeah, the comeback with Ion, man, we all know this dude's story. He is fucking wild. This man is a wild man. He is not somebody I like to bet on unless it's like a over and under. Other than that, I do not like betting on this man at all, but just because he's a mental case. The man's wild. He's reckless. He faked last time like he was knocked out, got the loss that way, and then in the rematch, he got knocked out. Before that, you could see him fighting with Glover where he was throwing multiple illegal strikes. He threw a knee and a front kick in multiple rounds against Glover, and they didn't land. But if he did, he would have been disqualified there. One of his earlier earlier losses, it was from an illegal strike. So the man's untrustable. You cannot trust him with your money at all. What you can trust is he's going to go out and give it hell in that first round, for sure. If Dustin is going to be able to hold up to that, we're going to see. Eon's going to put him up against the cage, and we're going to have to see how Dustin's going to be able to work off the cage. If it stays at range, I favor Jacoby for sure, but I imagine he's going to have a game plan to go in there and close that distance, put him up against the cage, and kind of do it again did to Roundtree, and just pummel him. Mm-hmm. So for that, I wanted to go in this picking Jacoby. I'm a fan of Jacoby. I wanted to very bad, but I'm going to have to stay away from this one. If anything, I'd probably have to look in the over-under. Who you got on this one?
For this one, with the Hulk Cutelaba versus Dustin Jacoby, the Hulk's coming in minus 130. Jacoby is plus 100. Cutelaba 15-6, and then 12 of his wins coming by knockout, 2 submissions. His biggest wins definitely that Khalil Roundtree fight when he had those big elbows from Mount. He's the definition of a crazy man. He comes in, it's kill or be killed. One of the most exciting fighters on the roster, hands down. But that's also his downfall. He doesn't always make the best decisions in there. I don't think he has the highest IQ in the cage. He has a one-track mind, and that's just to rip your face off. But he does have good wrestling. We just barely ever get to see it. But whenever in the fights that I have seen, some of his older fights. Again, that's probably against some lower level, but he used his wrestling a lot more. I think he just fell in love, with knocking people out, which who don't. But I do have a feeling he's going to try to possibly get this fight down. I think that might be a possibility. Now with Jacoby, again, I'm a fan of his. We were there to see him make his first debut back in 2011 in Vegas when Nick Diaz fought BJ Penn. We were there for that one. He lost the decision to Clifford Starks. But he also has a lot of good fighters on his record, win or lose. Mo Lawal, he lost that one back in 2014. Kickboxing, you named them. Then he had Alex Pereira, Carl Roberson, Simon Marcos. I mean, the list goes on. This guy has fought everyone in all realms of martial arts. But it's a short notice call for Dustin. He is on a 4-fight win streak in MMA. He is an incredible striker. But we were both, we're both kind of on the same level here. I'm leaning more towards Cutelaba if I have to make a pick. But this fight's it's too up in the air for me to really throw some big money down on. If it stays standing, Dustin might be able to land something and get a chance to win. But I think if this hits the floor at all, Cutelaba may be able to get some top control and pound him out. I'm gonna go Cutelaba, but I'm not super confident on it.
So he's coming in on short notice?
Yeah. This is a short notice fight. Cutelaba was, I forgot who he was scheduled to fight, but I think
Devin Clark.
Devin Clark, yeah, there you go. Jacoby just came in. I believe it's maybe 2-week notice or so, or something like that.
Okay, so they're both not gonna have. Oh, we'll see how the gas holds up. The thing here is, man, is Ian is a 1-round guy. That is pretty much it. If he makes it to the second round, he's gonna be gassed. Even in that round or the fight with Glover, when he was giving it his all, he was gassed after 3 minutes. So if he can't put Dustin away, look for Dustin to go ahead and starch him in those later rounds, man. He is coming off his first real. And another thing, like we said with KB Buller earlier, it's always a thing to look at, guys. Eon's coming off his first real knockout loss against Ankalaev, where he got starched, So maybe he is hesitant. Maybe he comes in here and tries to wrestle a little more. We don't know. Sometimes it's better to look and see how those guys react after a bad knockout, than just going in and trying to think they're going to be the same guy that they were. So on this one, it would probably bet. You would want to bet probably the under, but I honestly. I'm going to stay away from this one and just enjoy it. It's going to be a fun one.
One more thing on Cutelaba. He did make the switch to Extreme Couture. I know he's been training there. And I'm just holding out hope that may have helped him with some IQ in there. And, he's got some good guys around him. Hopefully they could put together a better game plan. But I think, once that bell rings, I think it just the Hulk takes over. And he's gonna do what he does.
Yeah, he's not stopping, man. His first, like I said, one of his first losses in his career was from illegal strikes. And his Glover fight, illegal strikes.
He's gonna
when
do
he's
what
fighting
he
with Ankalaev, he's just acting like he's knocked out. He's not someone I would bet on at all.
I thought he got choked out in the Glover fight.
He did.
Oh, he did. Yeah. But yeah, he hit him with that
He tried to hit him with an illegal knee in the first round, and in the second round he tried to kick him while he was coming up.
That's right.
So it was 2 illegal strikes in one fight. Neither of them landed, but it was still, it's not something that you want to see on a man that you're betting on. Especially if you're putting.
Yeah, it's too tough to bet. This one's a tough one to bet on, man, and the odds are close. But minus 130 for the Hulk, plus 100 for Jacoby.
Pure pick. I'm taking. I'm gonna take Jacoby.
You're gonna go Jacoby on this one,
just because he has the card. I know he has more than a round of gas in him.
Yeah,
and he's already fought some big punches before, so
you can't argue that.
Yeah,
so I'm going Cutelaba, but man, I'm not shocked in a single bit if Jacoby pulls out this victory, and I'm kind of rooting for him. I like the guy, so it should be good. This definitely will be a banger. I know we're in for an exciting fight, so everybody pop bottles and take a look at this one.